So hey everyone, welcome to another session of Wap 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 War and Peace. We're gonna go ahead and get started here. What happened last week? Well, the party had just made their way upriver from Sichuan after having met with the bold and dashing and mysterious Inquisitor Sebastien Ramsey. And they went upriver to head over the mountains to deal with the ice storms afflicting northern Aelin Miley. And they met up with their old friend, the pirate, Caimen and Leon, who then proceeded to tell them, hey, I got this ring thing. We're going to destroy it. No one says no. No one tries to take it. Don't do it. Bad idea. Party was like, sure, that's fine. We're cool with that. Yoga, deep in thought, retired to the Coventress to ponder for the evening. The party then headed to, I forget the name of this other place, the Silver something, and met with the what? Silver's what?
Swan.
Silver Swan. Okay, wonderful. Then Silver Swan. Got it. Cool. And met with some fellow that Caimen had come upriver in search of, which turned out to be a former crewmate of his, Ivan Stormeye, a rather infamous and tough reaver, discussing the whereabouts of the erstwhile Captain Blackwind. Ivan left with several other pirates, and some of the party stayed at the Silver Swan Inn that night. Some returned to the vessel, and I believe that's about where we pick up, yeah?
Yeah, that was pretty much the end of it.
Who stayed at the inn and who stayed on the boat, and did anyone leave a watch anywhere?
I don't think anyone actually bedded down for the night.
I know we're about
out
at the
to
point
find a
where
tree
that's
to
starting,
sleep
so
in.
we can chat about it now. Who wants to do the do?
Thought Cleek was here.
Kalik walked out at like the very end to go find a place to lay down and go to sleep.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
within yelling distance, I remember.
Yeah, do remember, it is still raining. It is still wet and dark and pretty dreary and kind of stinky. Just a little stinky, at least.
Yeah.
You're used to it. It's not a big deal anymore, but those with more sensitive beaks might be offended by the pungent aromas that waft from the swamp.
Well, I guess I'll take a look at Braun, Rhea, Brightleaf, and go, well, are we staying here or are we heading to your boat?
I vote boat.
Boat. All right. Brightleaf, Rhea, boat here.
Well, I mean, I think Lucy's back at the boat, and Yoga, and Leon too. I think it's probably just best if we all stick together then, yeah?
Oh,
Brightleaf just nods.
yep. Sure. Boat it is. I'm going to tuck my special thing away. Oh, I never had that out.
You
Never
did not
mind.
bring it out here.
No.
Who are you going to
Alright.
show it to?
These idiots in here, they don't know what it is. All right, well, let's get back to the boat. I need a night to think.
Very good. I will drag us over to the boat, since I know that's what everyone wants.
Before I go, I murder everybody.
Oh, geez. Roll
They're just
Roll-
all dead.
initiative?
Roll murder.
Roll murder?
Yes. Violent, agonizing.
I guess I can remove this explosion stuff.
I'm going to egglore myself before I leave, though.
Oh, you're going to turn into Egglor again?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. That makes it very easy. Okay, so I'm going to drag camera to where we all are. Yoga below decks.
What the hell am I looking at over here?
Oh, they fought some people on a dock while the boat was docked, and
The slaughter.
lots of things happened.
There's a lot of dead people. Dead horses.
Yeah,
My
you weren't here for any of it.
Nope.
So there's your Egglor, and Braun also came aboard. So you are all aboard the ship now. I don't know where everyone is. Like, I don't know where Leon is. I don't know where Cleek is. I don't know where Lucy is. But Caimen, who looks like Eglor, is now aboard the ship, and everyone else has come aboard too. I'm actually just gonna have Yoga sleep in his cabin. But yeah, Leon, Cleek, where are you? You're downstairs right now. What looks like to be eating, but at this late hour, what are you up to?
Probably in the crow's nest at this point.
Do you
Like
have
I
any like
mentioned, bedding
tarp up
down.
there? Anything to cover you? Or are you just gonna deal with the rain? I mean,
I-
you have water-resistant feathers. I'm guessing. I'm curious how you
I have
plan to.
with all the various skins I've kind of made a bed out of. I'd likely hang some across, especially since I have like the spare chair up there.
See,
I'd try
you
and make
got
some
sort of you got some sort of something up there to at least fend off the rain. Okay, that's fair. So Cleek's up in the bird nest, in the crow's nest, trying to catch some Z's. All right. What's everyone else up to? I'm just going to tell you right now. Brightleaf is going to kind of head into this, front area. I forget the different directions on a boat.
Bow.
Bow? Yeah, sounds about right.
I think it's
So-
bow.
Sounds about right. I'll go with that. Rhea is going to run inside and head downstairs and head to the kitchen, where she will start making something to eat and warm up because she's cold and wet and such. But yeah, I'm not sure what everyone else is up to. Leon, you will come out on deck and you will see Eglor.
Well, if it ain't the walking corpse.
Oh yeah. How you doing, Leon?
Roll deception insight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not right.
I have the actor feat.
He does have the actor feat, and he heard
Funny
him
as
talk
mine.
before he used it. Insight 19.
I clicked on deception. Did it go through?
Not yet.
Let's click on it again. There we go. Oh, there it is. 22.
So,
Ooh, I haven't seen it come through yet,
Yeah.
but I believe you. So, though you haven't seen Eglor in a while, it does look like him, sopping wet, standing on deck.
Oddly enough, not sopping wet. Just looks like Eglor.
Yeah, I still don't see the 22 coming through, so I'll keep watch.
Oh,
Awesome.
I'm having connection issues with Roll20. That's different.
No worries.
That's why you're
Stuff
not
happens.
seeing it. Hang on.
So what happened to you?
Oh,
I
there it
thought
is.
you'd be- oh, yeah,
I'll
we thought
drop
you'd be.
the disguise. I'll drop it.
Suddenly, Eglor turns into Caimen. One warlock turns into another.
Yeah, I was just trying out how that would feel.
Need to work on that. That was suspicious. Have you seen
Told
Cleek?
you.
Yeah, I know, right? Have you seen
He went somewhere to. He went within yelling distance.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna yell, Cleek, you giant chicken nugget, where are you?
Cleek, you awaken. You're not really deeply asleep yet. To someone about, I don't know, 25 feet, 20 feet below you, calling you a chicken nugget. You may be muted.
Yes.
Every time.
What do you want?
Come here.
I will flutter my way down.
Wait, where is? Forget that he's like over here.
Well, yeah, he's up above, but it doesn't really matter.
There you are. Is he covered in blood and gore and shit? From his
I would
from
have
his
cleaned
corpse
myself
depository?
off at this
Is it his
point.
corpse depository upstairs?
No, I mean,
the hides are cleaned and treated.
yeah, he takes care of his
Okay.
stuff. He's not covered in gore right now. He's already hung them, and yeah, it's
Okay.
he's taken care of.
Here,
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna rummage through my bag and pull out the leather from Mithril.
Ah, the green elven style studded leather armor.
Ooh,
There you
what's
go.
that?
This, consider it a gift for helping me. In Sichuan. This, some magic armor that Yithromel had.
Oh,
Do not get it covered in animal gore. I swear to Loen.
I don't get things dirty. Oh, you know that.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you do.
I've seen you.
I take care
I've
of my
seen-
things.
I'm just saying I've seen you carry what I assumed was a live deer at one point up to that bird nest, and I never saw it come down.
It wasn't alive when I carried it.
You know, you say that like it's supposed to help, but it really
Yeah,
doesn't.
not helping your case at all.
That really doesn't help. Like, listen, look, I'm gonna get ready to turn in here, but I need to ask you two a question.
Yeah?
Did you both? The Inquisitor came to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why?
It's just something Rhea said's been bugging at the back of my brain. You know, something about an eye.
He had an eye patch.
On which eye?
Which idea?
Hang on, let me look at the picture. I believe it was his left eye. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that'd be his
I'm
left
gonna
eye.
go turn in. We're gonna head back down below and find a place to bunk out. There's plenty of bunks.
Yeah.
I'll just come down here, make my way to this one, and have a very. Oh, I'm gonna close the door. Can I lock the door?
There isn't a lock on the door. They're kind of just like the sort of hot bunks that you're used to. In fact, the fact that they're private is a little bit of a shocker. You know, most hot bunking is done with even
I'm gonna
more than
take-
one in a room, and usually no door even, or they're like kind of more narrow. This is a luxury craft for all of its tight quarters.
Oh, can this be moved right here?
It is unfortunately part of the wall. Like it's
What about
built
the
in.
chest?
You can move the chest. You find that
Alright.
it is movable. It is
gonna
normally
move-
lashed down though, so you have to unlash it.
I will unlash it, close the door, and then move the chest in.
Oh, that's amazing. He's not trying to go for the captain's quarters or like the one at the front of the ship where it's a big room.
I need time to think.
You have put a small empty chest in front of the door. It's
It'll
heavy.
scrape.
It'll stop something, and maybe it'll get caught between the. Yep, you got it. You got it. Maybe it'll get caught.
At least it'll scrape and make noise.
Go ahead and just roll a basic intelligence check.
Oh, I'm passable at these. Oh, 6. Great.
Yeah, you feel like it's pretty sturdily, holding the door shut.
Yep. Lie down on this hammock. Get some sleep. Rejuvenate my mind. And my aching body.
Indeed. Is everyone going to sleep then? As Rhea heads
Yes.
up the staircase with a plate full of food.
Mm-hmm.
Where she's built like a gnome, but she eats like a Goliath.
I mean, no, she eats like a halfling.
She definitely eats like a halfling. Nothing else.
Gnomes are taller than halflings.
Slightly. Yeah, apparently.
Halflings can eat 5 times their weight.
Per hour.
Yep, 8 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 4 dinners.
Rhea's blood alcohol
forget the
content
snacks.
is a constant 2%.
2% blood, you mean?
You
Yes.
heard me.
That's what he said.
Did I stutter?
She drinks only the purest straight alcohol.
She be drinking. She be drinking.
Mm.
Hey, Lucy.
Heh.
What have you been up to with Leon? You can tell she's pretty drunk, and she is eating. I don't know what she's eating. What's she eating? Someone in the party tell me what she's eating right now.
Fish.
She's eating chicken.
Wolf soup.
Turducken.
Turducken. Wow, she made a turducken fast. Maybe it was simmering. I don't know. But yeah, no,
This is the
she's
fantasy world. Both of you would
It's a
assume
chicken
it's not a
leg.
creature.
No, she's eating the fruit.
Is she's eating Sir Reginald's fruit? Oh, he would be pissed. Girl, I know you ain't just gonna let her take my grapes like that. So, anyways, Lucy, how's Leon? Is he okay? Did you take care of him? Is he okay?
I'm just gonna stare at the ceiling. Leon's fine.
That's good. I was just thinking that I think it's time for me to go to sleep. And she kind of pushes past you and collapses onto the bed.
I'm just like, cuddle. And we're just gonna stay up.
All right. Sir Reginald continues pouting about the handful of grapes that went missing from his little cornucopia of fruits. All right, then. No one going to stay at watch or anything during the night? No one with anything else to do? I see everyone appears to have gone to bed. Okay.
I wanted
Well
to
then.
drink
Okay,
that
cool.
god juice right before I hit the sack.
Oh, damn. Okay. Your dose of god juice. Okay. Well, Braun, you fall into a deep and somewhat immediate sleep. The familiar cold takes you, gripping your chest as you awaken once again in this world mute of color. You stand sort of in that familiar blasted snowscape. You can see the black towers arching up from the mountains in the distance, and once again you begin your trek, what seems to take hours, but weeks, but decades, but moments, and you are once again atop the cliffs at the foot of these ominous black towers, the yawning void once again open as you are invited in. The gentle but stern voice of the Dark Mother inviting you. My son, enter.
Just slowly walk in.
Once again, you're going to see your mother, your Dark Mother, floating there, in this sort of just midnight space. Deep below you, you can see the gentle rippling of that surface. This liquid glass that kind of, just puddles at the bottom of perception. You have come, my son. Why are you here? That which you seek lies in the waking world.
I'm gonna kneel down. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say,
such as your form can in this space. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, my dark lady, blessed singer of eternal night, tell me more about the ring, the violet obsidian ring, the one you showed me, the one the Shadow Man wielded.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh no.
Here it goes. Can I cast guidance? It's not gonna help me much
No.
anyway.
So with a 5, you sense a change in the air, but you don't see anything from Shar herself. But you can go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can roll guidance for this one, because at this point you'll have a little bit more inkling something's coming.
Let's do it. Guidance. 13.
Okay. With a 13, you will see some troubling tremors and ripples appear on the surface of the water below. The ring. You speak of the Shadow Man and his ring. She kind of like stoops, and she's just in this space infinitely larger than you, infinitely grander than anything that your tiny infinitesimally small essence can ever hope to even begin to compare against. A candle against a supernova. But it looms over you, this great deity. That ring is mine.
So what is your will with this ring? Because I found it.
Please roll insight again.
Right.
In fact, you know what? Don't roll insight. You're just going to see she actually visibly reacts to this. Well, 16 works too. She kind of suddenly straightens, and her eyes are wide, and just these two violet orbs peering down at you, and you can sense them kind of boring into your soul, sensing for any hint of untruth. And after a moment, there's a blink, and you can see a sort of continuous ripple of the water below, and you can kind of hear and feel a shaking, as if the foundations of the tower are shuddering. Although you cannot see or feel them, you can feel that there are tremors pulsing throughout, perhaps even the entire landscape that you traveled across. I will have it destroyed and made anew. I will not suffer its abasement any longer to that monster.
See if I'm working that much.
Night Singer. What does the ring do?
Worry about it because I might have to.
It is a fell power, my child. One meant to bind the power of the night for those who can only walk among the shadows.
And how can I destroy this ring?
You already know that, my son. You already seek the answer to this riddle. Once again, you see the flash in your mind of the dual forked, the glaive, the shade weaver, sitting on the pedestal in the dark, abandoned cavern. A flash to the entrance, a flash to the ruins. and back to the moment. Shar peering down at you.
Very well. I will fetch the Shade Reaver. And I will use it to destroy this ring. As you will it. As sure as night falls.
And with that, and a satisfied nod, you kind of sense everything calm. The shaking begins to cease, and with the stillness, you begin to not fall, but slowly sink down. And she watches you as you go lower and lower and fall, and begin to fall into the pooled glass. And as your toe touches the icy surface, you wake up in your bunk.
Is it morning now?
For you. Anyone doing anything during the night?
Yeah, I want to pull out my pigments, and I want to start. Um, I want to start drawing out that line chart that I put in chat the other day.
So you are making a web of mystery. Excellent.
Yes.
And are you doing this in your room?
Yes, it'll be on the floor because it kind of like stands up as you make it.
Okay. I will have Caimen, Leon, and Lucy. Please, all three of you, roll perception checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, also Cleek.
Okay.
Ah, you fuck.
Why at disadvantage? That's the question.
14.
Hurts. Damn it.
Okay, that's one. That's good. That's still pretty good. Is that a failure?
I'll tell you in a moment.
I'm asleep. I can't make use of it, can I? Oh, I could.
We're not sleeping.
I am.
I am doing the draw. And slept.
That was a failure, Cayman.
All right. Let's just see if a D4 would change it.
I don't like the implications of this.
19.
It is still a failure.
That sucks. Oh well.
Your wife is in labor but wants to stop for food.
Cleek,
Yes?
in the middle of the night, you awaken to a little bit of a stir below decks.
Wow. Wow.
Can I see anything from up here?
As you peek out down below, you see Yoga step out onto the deck. He waves his staff. His spectral steed appears on the deck. He climbs aboard. And he races off onto the docks.
Whoa.
And up the shoreline. And into the trees. And he is gone.
What the fuck?
Okay. Noted.
What the hell?
Cleek isn't sure what he's doing, but he trusts yoga, so he's not gonna go wake anybody up for it. He'll likely mention it in the morning, though, if he's not already back.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, don't wake everybody up when A random party member conjures a ghost horse and just
It's
races
something we've
off.
done before.
It's just taken off.
That's the part that's a
yes.
little new. Has
Once or twice, he has just used his horse and ridden off.
Strange. Huh. I'm snoozing.
Very good. So, in the morning, you all awaken.
Thank
Everything
God.
seems to be completely fine. The day is dreary, but no longer rainy. Seems to have abated sometime just before dawn. So you are greeted with gray, rather overcast skies. It's a dark morning, but for all the wet, it's no longer fallen. So y'all wake up. Caimen, it looks like no one tried to bother your door last night. So you appear to be quite fine at this time.
Yeah, move the chest, open the door, step out with the ring in hand, looking down at it.
Yeah, you don't sense anything in particular about it as you step out. It's still what it was yesterday.
That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the eye on the ring.
Oh, okay. Well then. Oh, hey, Luce. Oh, I'm kind of hungry. You want breakfast?
No.
All right, I think I'm gonna make some bacon now. She slips on. Well, no, she fell asleep wearing all her clothes, so she's going to just head downstairs and go and make food. Oh, hey, Captain. Are you just still holding it?
Oh yeah. It's
it's above her head, probably.
there may be an expression of like abject horror slowly starting to form.
She might notice it if you're just holding it. Oh, hey, that's that shiny, Captain. That's that thing that you ran off with, yeah?
Yeah. Voice is a little strained at this point.
She is now peering, like, leaning into it to, like, take a look at it. She's not reaching for it or touching it. She's just, like, looking really closely at it. That's something pretty weird.
Rhea,
I mean, yeah? She looks up at you.
tell me about the Inquisitor. Which I really hope this is nothing. Which eye is he missing?
I mean, I don't know if he's missing it. He wears an eye patch on his left side, but it's all shiny, so he could have an eye. He could have a magic eye patch.
Get everybody.
I'm gonna have her roll insight to see how serious you are when you say that.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm doing it.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have insight, so she thinks you're joking. Oh come on. No, I'm gonna make bacon. She pushes past you. I don't know what happened to you that night, but made y'all run off and stuff. You look like you seen a ghost. If someone's talking, their audio sounds really distant all of a sudden.
I think that was background noise in someone's mic.
Oh, it might have been.
I'm gonna bang on the door that's right behind me. Is there anybody in there?
Braun, if you aren't already awake, you wake up to sudden banging on your door.
What? Open the door.
Get out. Get everybody. Get them up. Get them down here right now.
Why?
Just, I'll explain when everybody is right here. Get everybody.
Alright, Caimen. Relax. Come here and wake up Leon.
Yeah. What's up?
Caimen wants a roommate meeting.
It's like, okay. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. I'm gonna start peeling my little diorama off the floor.
Hey, Braun.
Hey, Caimen wanted me to get everybody down below deck.
Why?
He didn't exactly tell me why, but it sounded urgent.
Okay.
Say as I walk over to Lucy's cabin and Lucy.
Cleek?
Yeah. Cleek is hanging out his skins that he used as a makeshift tent over the side to dry.
Captain wants a meeting. He
Uh.
seems to be upset about something. Why don't you come down?
All right. I will do that.
Oh, Leon's right there. Leon can see Cayman's abject horror and maybe a face of realization while he's staring at the ring.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a con save just because?
I'm holding the
Wait a
fucking
minute.
thing right in my hand.
Just
Wait
roll
a
con save.
minute.
You're fine.
Oh
Wait
yeah.
a minute.
Oh yeah. He's holding it tight. You be quiet. You'll hear.
I might.
You don't know.
You don't know anything. Just enjoy the ride.
If I've guessed something.
Just
Hold your beak.
be silent and mute.
He's starting to
Mute
squawk.
yourself. Oh, he's squawking already.
All right, Lucy, your door is being knocked on. Did you roll a Constitution save, Lucy? Yes, you did. You do have 1 point of exhaustion at a 7, so you are tired. Sorry about that. I missed it in the stuff.
You're good.
Sucks.
What?
Caimen wants everyone below deck.
Ooh, he sound like he's serious. You might want to get down there. I'm gonna go back to sleep, as it is daytime, and that is not when I am awake.
Fine. We're just come and just open the door.
I'll just turn around and walk back down.
Close it. Lock it. And go down.
Yes, the captain's cabin does have a lock on it. Rhea comes out, has a large plate of bacon, puts it on the table, and is like, Captain here's pretty upset, thinks something's with someone's eye patch or something. What was it you were on about? What? Where's Yoga?
That's a great question. I did say get everybody. Where's Yoga?
Couldn't find him.
I saw him leave early this morning.
Cleek. From now on, I need to know when people are going places. And from now on, none of you is to go anywhere alone.
What?
I'm going to draw you a picture. You all met the Inquisitor, the asshole that almost took my head, and some of the rest of you. You've all
To be
seen
honest,
him.
he's pretty good at dancing too.
I don't care about that. You've all seen him, right? I have not. So when I ask you which eye is his eye patch covering, all of you will say,
Well, left.
Brightleaf
Left
puts
eye?
her left hand over her left eye, saying nothing.
Ron, Lucy.
The left one?
Well,
Now, there is a correct answer. The correct answer is that his eye patch was, in fact, on his left eye. If you want to obfuscate that and lie, you can go ahead and roll deception. If you choose not to answer, that's fine too. But I just wanted to clear the air here because there is a picture, there's photo evidence, we've discussed it. So
it's on the left.
someone left as in someone left the room, or you mean Yoga left?
Oh no, just replying to Caimen.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna hold the ring up and show it to everybody.
Rhea starts looking at it closely again, but trying to not look like she's looking at it closely. You're fine with an 11. Actually, though, no, saves are still fine. Okay, it's when you get higher exhaustion that you have disadvantage on saves, right?
Now, looking at this ring that I'm gonna show everybody here, tell me something that stands out about it.
I don't have a picture of the ring, but I will now read a description of it for everyone in objects of interest.
Ooh.
Twilight Onyx Ring. A ring that Caimen found in the Luzon Mausoleum just before putting it on. It appears to have major significance to a number of people, though its provenance remains cloudy. It's an obsidian band ring with a large round onyx set into it. The gemstone has a flaw called twilight onyx that makes the edges appear to shimmer between black and violet. And the gem has been defaced with an engraving of a skull with a bat-winged spider in its left eye, the mark of an ancient vampire lord. Questioner Therogad tried to take it from the party to protect them. He failed. And the University of the Arcane Necromancy student Sterling Westford knew some interesting facts about it. That it's part of a set.
Does anything about this ring stand out to anybody?
You see Braun look at it and kind of, with the realization on his face, just says,
Yeah.
the left eye.
Yeah. Now, anybody else notice something about the ring? Anybody?
Ron, go ahead and roll a religion check with advantage.
All right. That's a 19. 23.
All right. With a 23, you will know that it is a neutral evil. It has a neutral evil resonance. It has a divine spark contained within, and that the divine energy appears to have been profaned, disrupted, and subverted from its original purpose. But you also really, really recognize that spark of divinity held therein.
All right. Assume Braun just said all that out loud.
Yeah, that none of that matters. You had it on the first. You had it on. I'm pretty sure you saw what I saw. Did
I'm
anybody
surprised
else?
you didn't guidance that. Sorry.
Did anybody else see what I saw?
Do we all see the eye?
Well,
Yes.
you all
Or is
have
it-
seen the ring in his hand. He's holding it out to show it to you, and everyone but Caimen has actually met the Inquisitor. So you may or may not see a resemblance between an Inquisitor who has a left eye patch and a ring that has a left eye with some sort of winged spider in it. It's up to you what you think that means.
Wasn't the ring from that tomb with the vampire stuff? That guy wasn't a vampire. I
All
don't
right.
think.
Let me ask you a question. You've all met the Inquisitor. When did you meet him?
Not right before we left.
Okay.
Sichuan?
What time was it? I need to know all of this. What time was it when you met him?
Was it evening?
It was
at night.
It was
You-
evening to night,
met us-
yeah.
Yeah,
During the dance, and
You
then the
met-
next
you-
day.
and he was
Yes,
gone.
you met him twice.
And he was gone before his sun came up.
Brightleaf says, "We met him in the dungeons of Golgotha underground, though we never saw him. And then we saw him on the night of the election, and on the Coventress one night.
Are you suggesting that this
We are in
it's his?
we are in so much danger right now. Yeah, I'm suggesting
Gonna-
send you one more question. And this is really important. Did he specifically send you to find the ring that I have?
Yes.
I mean, that was one of the things.
He mentioned this.
Stop
He
you
wanted
right
to
there.
do several things.
Stop you right there. How did he know about the ring?
I mean, people knew you had it before being the questioning people. If you remember the time from the bar when they wanted it in the first place.
I don't know how the omniscient government people work.
Last I checked,
Yeah, no.
they were busy. They had things to do. How did Fenlock know I had the ring? How did she know anything about this ring? How does that Inquisitor know about this ring?
Farragad knew you had it.
Aragad was
Fenlock-
with a different Inquisitor.
I'm sure. Yes. Assuming that there hasn't been a meeting of some variety over this item, they would have no way of knowing. But we don't. We are
They
not
would
privy to
have
that.
no way.
So, assuming that there wasn't a meeting going on that we're not privy to, they would have no way of knowing you had it.
Right.
Unless somebody had somebody was keeping tabs on you.
How would you keep tabs on me?
You had something I wanted.
Right now, you can't track me. Nobody can track me. Izathar himself couldn't find me right now.
Oh, he's right. Ha ha ha. Sorry, you don't hear that, but it's true.
There's no way. There's no way they all could have known about this.
So what do you mean then? How would they know then?
You would know if the ring belonged to him. He would have known the moment I took it. As soon as it came into my possession, he would have done everything he could to get his hands on it. But I vanished. You were all still in Nueva Sigilazon. So he sent you to find me to get his ring back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Braun, roll history.
Let's do it.
Being chased by a vampire.
20.
With that, you'll definitely remember that Fenlock pretty explicitly told you that she was told by she phrased it, her boss, that she needs to get this ring from Caimen and that it's super dangerous. Now, she didn't send you to do it for the Inquisitor. She said, my boss said it's really, really dangerous and important to get. That's all.
Right. All right. Yeah. Again, assume that just came straight from Braun's mouth.
How would she know? Of all the people who wouldn't know, Fenlock would be the one.
I'm gonna pull up my my little diorama I made and set it on the table.
I get to look at this.
Oh, do you want me
See if
to?
I can-
Do you want to drag it onto the? Can you?
I don't think I can. I was gonna
Yeah.
repost it in the party chat. Okay.
Blood. Yeah, blood. Think about it. The only time all of us have ever seen him is in the dark. They took our blood.
Let's see. I did post it. You would see something close to this made out of something that looks like green wood. Just kind of spider web together.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna find a way to get this real quick dragged onto the screen. So I'm gonna save as. I'm gonna put it in just my overarching folder and call it dammitbryn.png. Awesome. Okay, here we go. It's uploading. It'll pop up in a sec. Yeah, there we go.
oh God, Christ!
Oh Jesus!
My new favorite item. Damn it, Bryn.png.
Dammitbryn.png. I'm gonna make this a little bigger, and there we go. Nice. Okay. So, if you want to go ahead and guide people through this,
Where's the vampire one that goes around the entire thing?
It's about to get added.
We need a big vampire circle.
Get added.
so please go ahead and write whatever you want on this. I guess maybe, I don't know, like stick to the colors that you are. We got a green, a blue, a white, another blue. Okay, dark blue and red, whatever, it's fine. Go ahead and do what you gonna do, guys. Green. Green is vampire. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead and guide everyone through. I'm going to sit back and listen to Theory Hour.
Might be more than that. All right.
Who is deleting these?
It's vampires. It's all vampires.
So, Ramsey covers his left eye. The ring has a defaced left eye. They collected our blood. You've only ever seen him at night.
So you said you can't describe. And that would be the only reason he would come out to us to find you, if he wanted that.
Yes,
He
it's
didn't
because he
mention-
can't see me.
That's right. And I'm sure they've probably been keeping an eye on us this entire time through the blood vials they took.
Lucy asks, me, can we tell if they're a vampire from what we know? Go ahead and roll a history check there for me, Lucy, and see what hints I throw at you about what you would remember or maybe know that might assist you in this. 15, okay. So with a 15, I will throw out at you two things that you would remember, three things that you remember that come to mind right away. He seemed to be an acquaintance of your family, which he explicitly said he hasn't spoken to your mother in about 20 years. He remarked upon the attitude and demeanor of Sir Reginald. When fighting against Braun during the election, very briefly, he went completely invisible, and when you splattered him with blood, he seemed not displeased and licked some of it off of his face and smiled. And those are the things that you would remember just, offhand with a history roll of 15.
I can't fucking spell today.
Is Emperor what?
Not for nothing, Lucy, but you also recall that when you kind of first saw him, he definitely had a presence that left an impression. Something more than just what most people seem to have. Now I'm done.
Just gonna stare at Caimen.
Oh.
Your silence is deafening, Lucy. Please explain why you're staring at me.
The theory makes sense.
So it's his ring.
Yes. Wait a minute. Didn't he, for a brief time, turn invisible during our encounter at the mayor's office?
It not only rings a bell, you now vividly recall the moment with blood showing his half-invisible form coated in red.
They also licked some of the blood that was splashed on them.
Orin, do I remember the what the rumors were about the previous emperor's death?
There hasn't been a previous emperor. There's only been one emperor of this empire, and it is the same emperor that founded it.
Or no,
Emperor Ro.
How many
the
fucking
one
years ago did
that
he
they
found
said
52? 52, somewhere in there.
the one that they said was murdered in his room,
Ah,
but they said
Bradley.
there was no way. Bradley, that's the one. I can't remember names.
Yeah, the
Do I
3-year-old
remember
son,
hearing
Bradley
any
Ro.
details?
Any details that you would have heard as rumors was that there was a commotion at the palace on the day that it happened. It's one of the only major crimes that the head Inquisitor has been a part of that hasn't been resolved, and it happened several years ago now. So that's whoa, oh. So head Inquisitor, I believe his name's Galadrius Ivansteed. He's working on that case. But yeah, it's a big thing because the palace, the imperial palace in Constantinople, is supposed to be impregnable, sort of thing. Obviously, that's not true because it was impregnated and the son was killed. So those are the broad strokes. You've heard different things, that it was a cabal of assassins, that it was an underground organization dedicated to the destruction of the empire. Go ahead and roll a history check and go ahead and see just what you may recall. Yeah, with a history check, you're gonna have heard different rumors. You're gonna have heard of the group Stahlgeist that is out to destroy the emperor. You're going to have heard that it could be this hidden conclave of assassins that tries to control world events. There's a couple different groups that could have been involved that you've heard of, but you don't know for sure. No one knows for sure. Even with the 22, it is a mystery. Although, hashtag rumors abound.
Yeah. Is it jumping around? There we go. So, is it possible for the Bradley boy, assuming he's been Inquisitor long enough, he could have had access to him without anyone knowing. Bastard. But it's not. Yeah.
We have
Okay.
We have a lot of big problems and all just came together at once, don't we?
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So where
Leon,
does he fit?
you'll actually also recall, just with that history roll, and this was something that came up briefly in your. You made a history roll while you were inside the mausoleum when you saw the skull in the chamber, where the eyes ended up lighting up with the levers and stuff. In that chamber, I remember Leon saw that large statue on the wall and rolled well on history and had a recollection about some history about his native Belforay and about how the symbol of this vampire lord, this one eye, the skull with the winged spider over one eye, it dates back to an era where the elves of Belforay were a little bit more isolationist, and there is a reference to an elven woman named Vithenial Treeblight, the Betrayer. So, just some other facts that might also come to Leon from his time in the crypt as he goes back into that mode and is thinking, as deeply as he can about the things that he's experienced about this.
In the tree blight. I'll have to write that down real quick. Thank you, because that is a hell of a name.
Elf names, man.
Right?
I've
Ooh.
written like 70 elf names.
Alright.
No reason.
Yeah. It's the ancient betrayer. Could have this the symbol. Let me see the ring. Let me see that ring again, Caimen.
He's holding it, but I guarantee he won't hand it to you.
Nope.
You're not even going to put it down on the table, are you?
Nope.
I just need to see the image on it. Is it still? It's still the. Okay.
Yeah, it's still the same. I mean, as you look at it, it's not the same as what was on the door. She was, but it's the same motif.
This is like Venthenio Treelight's old symbol, back in the old Belforays. The old legends. These. Do I remember what exactly she was known for, or is it just as the betrayer?
Did you say? 1 second, actually. I'll be right back. Like 10 seconds.
Astro. Astro.
Yeah, I saw one possible lair, and then I
Already
found
back.
out there were 3 more, and mine didn't exist.
In that fun. Okay, so you're asking me if you recall what the Vethenial Treeblight is infamous for?
Yeah.
Have you said the name yet?
Yes, I said her name.
Okay. Okay, cool. What's everyone's passive insight?
Mine is
12.
13.
11.
13.
11.
Oh God.
Okay, that's fine. You're all good. Yeah, roll a history check. Let's see if you remember what Vethenial the Betrayer is infamous for. Mm-hmm. Okay. With a 14, it's a famous story amongst your people. You recall that Vethenial the Betrayer is infamous for her theft of one of the great seeds from the Grand Repository, and her flight from Belforay with the seed, along with a number of traitors to Belforay. the cause of their treason is a little bit more veiled, not as well remembered, but it has something to do with some sort of magical disagreement between Vitheniel and some other important elves.
So, I don't see how that would have. Unless maybe it was for that? Hmm. So Bentheniel may have stole this from the repository. But we don't know why. We don't know. Do we know which seed, or was it just a seed?
You just know that it was a seed. Go ahead and roll perception, Leon.
It's like summoning Beetlejuice. 21.
You notice that Brightleaf is staring at you intently.
Is there something I said? I'll stare at her.
No, just listening.
Insight.
Go ahead.
22.
Damn. Holy crap.
I fucked up on Lucy's rolls. I'm getting this one.
Let me see. Okay. Oh my goodness. By 1. You can tell that she is uncomfortable and very clearly hiding something. But she's trying to act like she has nothing to hide and she's just listening.
Brightleaf, we need all the information we can get with this. If you have something, you need to say it.
She looks at you. She kind of like glances around the room a little furtively, glances down at her feet, which shuffle a little bit, and she says, The Thenial Treeblight stole a seed from the repository and went north.
Yes.
North from.
From
Bellafore.
She just nods. And she came to the Crowned Father and planted it.
What?
It's a mountain in the north.
And that's where you want me to take you.
She looks a little flabbergasted and blushes a little bit and says, "No, you shouldn't go there. It would be very dangerous for all of you." She looks frustrated and angry, and her blush just kind of deepens, and she looks down at the ground and is quiet. Her feet shuffle a little bit.
Brightleaf, we're being hunted by what is quite possibly not just any old vampire. We're already in danger.
You don't understand, though. Lady Treeblight didn't steal the seed. The seed was in danger. She took it north to keep it safe, to keep everyone safe. She kind of looks at you and looks like a little annoyed, like, you don't know what was happening back then.
These are old tales. What was it in danger from?
Right now, that is the least of our concerns.
She looks at the ring in Caimen's hand when you ask her that, Leon.
Oh, hell.
Fuck.
Oh, hell.
I thought even humans have heard of the War of Eternal Night.
Have I heard of this War of Eternal Night?
You don't need a history check. It's like DC 10. But basically, yeah, there was a period thousands of years ago where it seemed like the sun wouldn't come out and undead things roamed the continent with abandon. And the last bastions of civilization were reduced to hidden cities and citadels on mountaintops and hidden in different places of the lands. And but this was thousands and thousands of years ago. But
Right.
some long-lived races remember.
Look, I'm from Rose Hall. I've been a pirate most of my life. I have no idea what any of that is. But I know
He
what this
could-
in my hand is. And we
She's
cannot let this fall into his hands.
No, we can't.
We need to get this go. We need to get rid of this.
We can't get rid of it. It's far too late to be getting rid of it.
No.
Let me explain, Leon. The only thing stopping him from finding this ring is the fact that it's in my possession right now.
What do you mean by that? And she
I
kind of
mean-
glances at your other hand and goes, "Is that other thing there you got?"
That's what that's for, yes. Farah gave it to me. You remember Farah from Dancing Room?
Who?
Shifty guy, goggles.
She doesn't remember.
Met him
I remember him.
met him at that inn
I
we stayed
remember.
at.
I think it was only player characters who met him. So
Alright, well, he gave me this ring. Said it would hide me.
He's a weird fella.
Yeah, well, he saved my life.
wait,
They can still look at you, though.
but I'm a little confused here. You're really suspicious of the one-eyed dude because he's got one eye and the ring has one eye.
And
But
he's
you're
dead.
wondering why he's looking for you. But
Oh,
you got this other guy who you said found you and then gave you this thing, and now you're all hidden. What's his game?
That's a good question. What do we know about Far?
I'm the only one who ever talked with him for any length of time. I still don't know what his name is.
He
But he's
said I talked to him briefly. He was with us in Nueva Civilización.
Yeah, that's
He
where I
was-
met him.
He was looking for, what did he say? Floating islands? Something like that? Up north. Do you know what he was talking about?
He said he was looking for a person. He did talk about a floating island that is now up north. In fact, were it not for the mountains, you could probably see it. But
I don't know anything about floating islands. I don't know anything about who he might be looking for. I just know that if not for him, you never would have found me.
Interesting. Next time we meet him, we'll have to get a little more information. Brightleaf, you said Lady Treeblight as if she was still alive. Is she?
you see the blush return, and she just shakes her head.
Insight?
Go ahead.
God damn it.
Hard to read. Seems like she's telling the truth.
Okay.
She died about 2,000 years ago. 2,500 years ago. Had to look at my notes real quick.
What? So, So what's become of the seed that she took? What's happened up there?
It grew.
Okay. And now it's what? Just a big tree?
Her eyes
Or
widen the slightest bit, and she slowly nods.
Look,
Jesus
this
Christ.
is
This is not the time for keeping secrets, Brightleaf. Please, just put it all out there for
no,
us.
this is all very nice, and I am enjoying the history lesson. I want to point out that we are all on a very conspicuous vessel in the middle of nowhere with a vampire hunting us. Knowing where you were going, I hope not.
He just knew north. We told him we're gonna keep going north
Well, then
to
we're
other
standing
cities.
still. We're standing awfully still for a bunch of people being hunted by a vampire.
Lucy, you don't hear anything in the roof. Just the steady creak of the boat as it kind of floats along the water. There's not really a flow where you're docked. It's pretty still around here.
Lucy's gonna storm off, like, to the room with Sir Reginald.
Okay.
Oh, she.
Uh,
What a point is, we need to get moving, like now.
Before Lucy gets out of the room, I want to call out to Lucy. He said he knew your mom. How?
That's news to me.
We're just gonna, like, try to hide a smile as we're gonna continue to go up the stairs.
Oh, snap. That's ominous. I'm trying to move it to the side without, like, destroying everything. It's very, very annoying.
With the way she's like walking away and the fact that she didn't even respond to Leon's question, is there anything I can glean from that act in itself?
I mean, you can, but I would maybe roll like a really high DC perception to see if you see the smile.
Yeah.
Would-
Yeah.
You see her stomp away. You do not notice the smile. And as far as insight, infer what you will.
what did she say? I couldn't hear it.
Nothing.
Should we wait for Yoga to come back? Or do we leave?
I don't know if we have time.
He's a smart turtle. Even if we did move on, he'd probably find us. If not, he could.
Doesn't,
got
if nothing
same
else, he
thing.
has that message spell. He can get word to us, and we can reply to him then.
Yeah, I think even if we left out now, he'd be okay.
Well, Blake,
To be
get
safe,
that.
we can maybe leave. I don't know, a note, a message for Yoga to find on the ship.
We're
No, we're not leaving behind more traces than we have to where we're going. Even if they are scrying them on us constantly, it's bad to leave more traces than we need.
right, which brings me to another thing. Can't use my name anymore.
You what now?
If you say my name while they're watching you, then they know I'm here. And if they know I'm here, they'll come for all of us.
We're gonna go find Sir Reginald real quick.
Aw, hey, girl. What you doing? I'm kind of tired. I mean, like, please don't open the windows or nothing. Maybe pass me a grape. I'm just looking for a nightcap here.
Do you remember Ramsey?
What? Who?
The one with the eye patch and the Imperial armor? One of the Inquisitors.
I don't remember seeing nobody, like, with an eye patch and nothing. You show me enough scared people as it is.
The one that came on the boat before we left.
Bat-sized shrug. I felt something, but I didn't see nothing.
What
Door
did you
never
feel?
opened.
What did you feel?
Kind of shivers. Cold and pressure.
Did they feel dead?
Pff, girl, I don't know what feels dead or alive through a door. It was cold.
We'll like find a grape and toss it to them and then go back downstairs.
He catches it and takes a bite out of it and starts chomping on it and kind of like, snuggling back down.
We still have the scroll from the parents, right?
Yeah, you do have the scroll from the parents.
What was the name to it?
The name to it? Why, it was a scroll of... sorry. It was a scroll of Galder's Speedy Courier.
If she's showing us the scroll while she's down, like, does she come back down?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I mean, are you showing it to them as you come back down?
I mean, the rest of the party has seen it besides Caimen, I believe. But
Yeah.
we'll come back down. We can see if what my family knows. We can send them a letter with this. And then we'll show the spell scroll thing.
And what do you want to send in the courier?
I have a better idea.
What's your idea?
We're gonna send Izathar a message.
You really think he'll listen?
I think he'll be interested. This is big stuff. Izathar's a big stuff kind of guy.
A better question. Do you think he'd be willing to help?
He is as enigmatic as the oceans themselves. I have no idea. Failing anything else, we can give him the ring.
Saying no to that? Let's figure out his standing first. He's, like you said, enigmatic and odd.
Well, we don't have many options.
You are correct.
You
So
can
I guess
send a letter to your family. We can send a message to Izathar.
I don't think sending a message to your family, Lucy, is a good idea. They are nobles.
I think it would be fine. And then they could provide us with other resources to send other messages to whoever else.
and if they have ties to Ramsey and are aligned with his interests.
Say that one more time. You kind of cut out.
He's a little garbled, yeah.
If your family has any ties to Ramsey and they are interested in the same thing he's interested in, what does that do for us?
I don't think they would be.
Ron, you've been
Really?
awfully quiet.
Because the last time I checked, you were aligned with the Empire.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wait, say it again.
He said last time I checked, you were in line with the Empire.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought I heard something completely.
Yeah, I thought he said. I thought you said you were a vampire. I was like, oh my god, that came out.
Well, they both have Empire in it, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they do. Suspicious.
Just because my family has ties with the Empire doesn't mean that they would go against me. We're still family.
I think if push comes to shove, nobles will feed their own to the dogs.
I don't know that about my family.
I would trust him, given the way that my family's been. I wouldn't trust one of them.
All we gotta do is we could just ask what they know about the guy. And then we'll see what information they have.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose that could be helpful.
So that way you're not giving away everything, so that way you don't have to worry.
Yes. Braun, you've been quiet. What do you think?
Well, I don't trust nobles in general. But if they can help, then I guess it's worth a shot to go talk to them.
I mean, I normally steal from nobles, but Lucy's alright. She helps people, especially poor people. I've seen her flip quite a few gold to some who probably don't make it in a couple months. Captain, if you're worried about us sitting here, should we leave?
I think he died for a second. Might be a minute
Oh
on
yeah,
that answer.
no, he did just say ho ho ho. Did I just lose? Captain, why aren't you responding to me? You appear to have frozen solid.
No, he's fine. He's paralyzed. You see that jittering? Looks like he just got hit with at least 3 thunderbolts.
Is he paralyzed with fear? Oh, he's paralyzed with something, all right. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe we should get going and just leave him here. He seems to like boats.
Honestly, I think if we moved the boat, he might rip a hole through the side because he can't move. That's not a regular freeze. That's like a frozen in space.
I've heard about that. It's like an immovable pirate.
Yes, the dreaded stuck beard.
How-
Sailors warn that he'll rip holes in boats without them ever noticing.
How do you deactivate the immovable pirate rod?
Well, first you need a manatee. The next part, I don't want to explain.
There are no manatees here.
It's called a dirty Columbus, but you know.
I don't
I
like
could-
this.
I could draw you a diagram, but
I don't want to see this diagram.
all right.
What did I miss?
Brightleaf asked Captain, if we should start getting ready to go, because being sitting ducks is something you said is a bad idea.
Yeah, we should. Like, right now. I've already got my things with me. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
She nods and heads upstairs.
Go send a letter off first.
By send off a letter, you have a spell scroll. Who can use the spell scroll? Can anyone use it, or is it only someone who has the spell in their class spell list?
I think
It's
it's everyone.
You can only use it if you have if your class can use the spell. I remember Yoga said that a lot.
So,
Yeah.
Can anyone cast Galder's Speedy Courier?
Oh,
It's time for me
I
to
can.
look.
I would be shocked if a warlock
I
could
can
cast
too,
that.
apparently.
I can.
What the fuck?
It's a warlock and
And a
I believe
wizard.
a sorcerer and maybe a wizard. It's wizard, yeah.
Warlock and wizard.
Warlock wizard. Okay. So you get a choice of who's going to cast it for. Caimen.
We'll be right back. Go get everything from my room to write a letter. We're gonna go back up to our room.
All right.
We're gonna write 2
So
letters.
we have 2 people writing letters, 1 person writing 2 letters.
Well, 2 letters as in one's gonna go into that little secret compartment.
Oh, of the chest.
And then the second one is gonna be in the normal compartment.
Got it.
Cleek, that jar you were talking about,
Yeah.
that can take this whole boat right here. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I know what we need to do. Once everybody's outside of the boat, put the boat in the jar. Caimen will get up, turn himself into Eglor, and depart the vessel.
As you get to the top deck, you see that Brightleaf has gathered her stuff, started shepherding. Well, the horses, I'm going to say that they've already been taken off and stabled. So she's gathering up the horses. Yeah.
There's Eglor.
And Eglor's here. She looks at you, and then just keeps on doing what she's doing.
I'm going to smash my little diorama.
Crunch.
Yeah.
You want me
Make
to
sure
delete it real quick?
If there was a way to save these changes, yes, but
Oh, trust me, it's screen capped and everything. You know, it's video captured and all that. So just go ahead and delete it real quick. Sorry about that. Thank you for drawing. Thank you for playing. Vampire, left eye.
We're playing Vampire the Masquerade and we didn't even know.
A little bit. Oh.
I'm just happy Cleek didn't actually figure out what was going on. He was like, oh wow, they're the same person. No, it's so much worse than that.
Oh, Nelly. Yeah. So
It's gonna take roundabout of an hour for people to do things and get ready. Because it probably
I would say, you know, getting the horses ready, Cleek, as everyone gets off the boat, what is everyone doing to prep? Like, you have supplies, but most of it is packed on the horses or is carryable, right? So
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't really have anything to take off, other
Okay.
than maybe a little bit of meat that may have been drying in the rigging.
That's fine.
I've been given a description of this guy, roughly. I know his name. Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know his name. I know he has an eye patch over his left eye. I'm gonna try to scry him.
Okay, thank goodness I have his encounter card ready to hand. That is a wisdom saving throw or a charisma saving throw? I forget.
I believe it is wisdom, but let me
Wisdom.
double check. It's a weird. Get my things out. Get my dagger and just do my preparations to attempt to scry on my nightmare.
Once Brightleaf is done setting things up, she kind of just stands and watches you as you do your thing. Just is quiet and watches.
Let's see. Have I technically met him?
No. You were talked at, and a blanket offer was made to everyone in the vicinity,
Okay.
and then you had 3 days to think it over. You never saw the person, you never met the person. You shared air with them briefly.
I've heard of him and I know his likeness. Nobody has a piece of his clothing or anything like that.
Nope. The only person who'd have a piece of someone else is the piece of brawn that he tore off when he was throwing him down. So, which is just a little bit more blood that the Inquisitor would have. It's not really a big deal. So no one has anything of his.
And I've never seen I don't have likeness or picture of him. No
Correct.
possessions or garments, no body parts, lots of hair, nothing like that.
Correct.
So he will have a +5 to his modifier.
That is correct.
As I'm attempting to scry this boy. On a successful save, the target isn't affected. On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor I can see and hear.
What's the DC?
Let's see. My spell save DC is 16.
So,
If I fail, if he passes the save, nothing happens. I just can't use it, and he's not affected by it. Although he might know somebody was trying to watch it.
yeah.
What are we gonna write on that letter?
Unfortunately, as you attempt to seek this person, you are. Let me just check this real quick. Because it's close. He didn't do well.
If he doesn't beat a 16, I can see him. Maybe.
Okay, and that is no. Unfortunately, you will not. You will not. You
That +5 probably saved him.
It's the +5, and yeah, the +5 really helped. So you find at the end of your scrying that you are unable to pierce the veil and take a peek on this fella. Perhaps it's that you just know him well enough. You sense for a moment that you were able to crack, but then as you kind of swam deeper, you just found deeper, murkier waters, and after an hour, you just feel you don't have exhaustion, but you feel kind of exhausted after that. You get a little bit of cold sweat on your brow. Your little muscles a little strained, but yeah, unfortunately, you couldn't spot him.
If I had a picture of him, it would have helped, but whatever.
Yeah, if someone were a good artist.
Okay. Damn it, Leon, where were
Lucy
you when
has a completed letter. The letter that you sent me, Lucy, is the one that you're going to put in the bottom, correct? Secret letter,
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, and then just like a light, airy letter in the open?
Well, I guess the other one, I don't really know what everyone else wants to say, but I guess we'll just be like, the rest of the party and I were wondering what we know about that Sebastien Ramsey. Please send any information that you have on him, as well as take these vials of perfume as a gift.
Ooh, very sweet of you. Okay. Yeah.
Love you guys.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, who's
Miss-
gonna send this?
Miss your face.
Aw.
I don't know. Whatever
No.
sort of
Flowery noble language. Some purple prose.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's gonna send this for you? Are you gonna have do the sending, like the casting of it, or are you gonna have Caimen do it?
Caimen.
Okay. So Caimen, Lucy approaches you with a small wooden chest and a scroll.
You need to move your computer.
They're staring each other down.
What's going on?
Letter to the family to find information about.
I am not sending a letter to your family.
Fine.
I can't make it any clearer. I don't trust your family. I barely trust you.
Well, it's not like we're telling them anything. We're just sending them to see what information they have on Ramsey. So they're not going to know of anything going on.
Caimen, what is your passive investigation?
My passive investigation is a 15.
Ooh.
That is something I'm passably good at.
Okay, never mind. It's fine. Keep going.
I don't trust your family at all.
You don't trust my family just to ask information about a person?
Oh.
You can read the letter.
Fine, whatever.
Sure enough, should you read the letter, you see that it's a letter asking for information about Inquisitor Ramsey, as just expressed aloud.
What's it written in?
What is it written in?
Doesn't matter.
Common?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, just comment.
I am befuddled by all these different words that don't mean anything to me.
You do see that she's clearly asking for information.
Yeah, I see that, and there's a whole lot of extra useless information in here.
I will be back in 1 minute. Go ahead and just keep RPing this until I have the letter sent.
I don't even
Information.
I don't understand half the words in here. I see the part where you're asking for information. What I don't understand is why you are so insistent on asking your family. Why would they know anything about him?
I don't know. But apparently the Ramsey guy knew my family at some point. Although I don't know of him ever being around, so...
That gives me even less reason to want to do this.
Well, he's not close to my family if I haven't seen him.
He's involved with your family. If we send them a letter and he finds out about it, what do you suppose happens next?
Coffee pot's already made for you.
Well, he could have just known my family from before.
And now you've received a letter. Now they've received a letter from you asking about him. This is a terrible idea. You would put your family at risk.
Nobles are always asking information about others.
This is true.
Nobles, politics. I hate all of this.
Know your friends, and know your enemies.
We know our enemy.
Bryn looks at encounter cards for multiple NPCs. Know your friends. Know your enemies.
We very well know our enemy right now.
Do we?
Is Ramsey not your enemy?
I don't know what Ramsey is to me, but if he's against us, then he must be an enemy. Because you're my friend.
Your lack of conviction bothers me.
Is there conviction in your voice, Lucy?
Describe conviction.
Conviction meaning, do you actually believe that he's your friend? Do you say that with meaning?
It's not just that; it's the fact that she's like, I don't know what Ramsey is to me, but I'm sitting there like,
definitely seems, insight against her performance. Which is funny because her deception's better than that and also has advantage. But a natural 20, let's see if your insight beats it. Oh no, she totally seems sincere. She is like, you are my friend, Caimen. My friend. Like, she does the gentle shoulder touch with her right hand, and you're touched a little bit. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
We would so touch.
Don't touch me.
You are touched regardless. You can pull away and now be out of range. Opportunity attack? No. You hear a kind of a loud and you see Rhea standing on the pier behind both of you, hands on hips, tapping one foot on the dock, looking quite annoyed. Are we ready to go yet?
Just about. Give me the scroll.
We'll give the scroll.
Sure enough, as you unscroll the scroll, you see that it is a scroll of couriership, speedy couriership, by a fool named Galder. Nerd.
Yeah, that guy.
I hear he makes a mean tower, kind of cramped, but good for a fallback.
If only we had a wizard who could use that.
Oh, we got one. Just don't drop it on any more houses, man.
Where is he?
That's
If I had a certain spell. Oh.
Well, you have courier in your hands right now, and a little chest.
I do. A little chest. The hell? Why a chest?
It's a little wooden chest. She handed it to you. That's where the letter was inside of it, along with some vials of perfume.
That's how the whatever's in the chest gets taken to whoever's
vials of perfume.
Caimen, roll investigation as you look at the chest.
Yeah, I'm also, as I'm reading the scroll, it comes with its own chest.
It seems fine though. Like, the chest seems like it's the right dimensions, that it would fit inside of the chest described within the scroll.
Oh.
Like the chest is like a little 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, and it fits inside a 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot space. So it'll fit, is the kind of thing. It's a small thing. It's meant for little packages and letters, and basically what's inside it right now, some vials of scent and a letter.
Weird.
And such.
Weird. All right, I'll hold the scroll up. Begin reading it and then stop. I don't know anybody in your family.
You can then name a living creature you have met and seen at least once before, or any creature for which you possess a body part, lock of hair, clipping from a nail, or similar portion of the creature's body.
Right. This isn't going to work. You're going to have to send this letter the old-fashioned way.
The username is Your first initial, last
I will
name,
give her
birth
back the
certificate,
chest.
and social security number. Okay.
Is
Let's
there a way
say-
we could both like work together to send it? Because like I thought
Nope.
before that was the reason for this whole thing.
You know, I did too. So I feel like I have oversighted. However,
Also, it has a material component.
You know what? For this,
It has a material component that I'm now reading in the scroll going,
okay. I will say, for the purposes of securing the spell's ability to work, there will be a small lock of hair from your mother that was enclosed with the original package specifically for this purpose, because it ties up loose ends and makes it easier.
Give me
Okay,
25 gold.
It's the material goods other than that component are involved in the spell scroll's creation. When
We'll
you make
give
the
you
spell
30
scroll, you
gold.
put the components into it.
Oh, I don't need to cast with the
So
component.
yeah,
That's
you
right.
don't need the 25 gold pieces to cast a spell scroll, because when you wrote it, you had to put the components into it. When Yoga made his protection of good and evil spell scroll, he had to put the like dust of something into it or whatever, and that cost like so much gold. So yeah, you have to do the components at the time of the creation of the scroll.
Give me 25 gold.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll give you 25 gold.
Mark it off, both of you.
I'm not marking anything off. I'm marking it up, baby. Woohoo!
Oh, you know what I mean. And do you read the scroll this time?
As tempted as I am to cut my own finger and scrawl a different message onto the scroll and send it to somebody else. Yes, I read the bloody scroll and use the lock of hair and send it on its way.
As you finish reading the scroll, it turns to ash and dust and vapor and nothing in your hands in an instant.
I stomach-
And there's a sudden, and you feel a nearly transparent small air elemental floating just before you at about waist height. And you can see that it is carrying an open, empty chest with a 3x3x3 dimension inside, and it waits for you to do what you gonna do.
I am going to take wrist and tackle, cut the tip of my finger, and start writing Izathar, go to Morocco, and sign it with Caimen.
So
Right
you're
in front
going
of Lucy.
You're going to sign it Izathar and go to Morocco and send it instead to Izathar, and just
Yeah.
put the chest in there and close the lid, and it goes.
I sign it with Caimen. I say Izathar, go to Morocco.
We're gonna stop you.
Unless
Okay. So since this is going to be a thing where he's doing a thing in front, I'm going to
Yeah.
have. First, I'll have you roll perception to notice it. Okay, with that, I'll say that you definitely notice it. He said he does it right to you. Now
Yep,
I'll
right there.
have. Oh, were you going to say something? Or does it,
nope.
were you saying that
but
works?
my roll 20 is like that again?
Oh, no worries. I'm going to talk it out real quick. So with that, you notice it in time. You move to react. I'm going to have you both roll initiative real quick just to get an order of operations.
Lordy.
Okay, we got a 17 with advantage because of that tiara there.
Did mine roll through?
I haven't seen it yet.
At a 17.
And a 14. Okay, so we have Lucy ahead. I don't know who else is going to get involved at this moment. It's two of you. Everyone else is a few too many feet away. So
There is a Leon posted up here.
yeah, I'm going to say that in this,
I don't even know what
this
she's
brief
doing.
moment, I don't know what she's doing either. So you see him sign it, and he's making to close the lid. You have the initiative, Lucy. What are you going to attempt to do to stop him, as it is pretty clear that he's trying to close the lid of this chest after signing it with something else and putting the chest in. The chest going into the chest. Matryoshka chest.
Oh, wait, was he just putting a letter in the chest? Because you have to, like, name it after to send it to somebody.
Yep.
Let's see. As soon as the lid of the chest is closed, the elemental in the chest disappear. So you actually have to name the living creature and have the thing before you close it. You name it when you're done putting things into it. So if he said Izathar and then started to close it, that would have been the biggest. Yeah, so it's when you see him saying it. Yeah. So you still have the initiative here, though.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
nothing, Leon. Just there's about to be a fight.
then we would just go to stop the chest from closing. Like,
Okay.
and just, like, I guess, just throw our arm in there.
Yeah, you can go ahead and throw your arm in there. Caimen, are you going to still try and close it around her arm? Because then I'm just going to have it be like a contested either acrobatics or athletics. Your choice for both of you. And you got to say the name before you close it up.
Yep. I'm going
So-
to try to keep her from getting in the way and just try to shove her while saying Izathar and then trying to close the fucking lid.
Okay, so because she had initiative, I'm going to have you do the... I'm going to say that she got in before you could block her and is making the attempt. So you kind of had the advantage because it's in your hands, like in front of you. But she has the initiative, so she's coming at you. So, Lucy, you get your attempt to try and get your arm in there. So it's a grapple. You both get to pick athletics or acrobatics as your choice of roll. So we got a 24 acrobatics from Lucy. Looks like a natural 18. So Lucy, you kind of deftly spin kind of around Caimen as he tries to step in front of you to block you. And you stick your arm into the chest even as he says Izathar and starts to push it down. And your arm is now stuck in the partially visible, translucent air elemental chest as the two of you struggle with the Galder Speedy Courier. And I am going to actually then get the actual initiative order up.
Oh, shit.
As we determine what's going to go on here. So, two of you can go ahead and just anyone who wants to get involved, roll, and we're going to have it with the scores that you already had before, which was 17 and 14.
Let me pop that up. I have to click on my name. My thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all good.
It's gonna be weird when it comes up as Eglor. All right, 14.
That's fine.
Who the fuck is Father Bunschwit?
Father Bunschwit. That was a priest that is very sad now because he had to watch a lot of people die. He revived a lot of people. It's all good. Great. And then Father Bunschwit, get out of here. And then Eglor, we're gonna rename. We can't rename Eglor. Eglor is you. You're Eglor. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm Eglor now.
Yeah.
Leon, you getting in on this?
Relief.
Oh, interesting. Good to know, Leon. Are you nearby and getting involved in this?
All right, let's descend it. All right, so we now will get into turn order, and we start with Lucy. One of your arms is in the chest, and you are kind of you're up next to. I'm gonna put everyone in a spot, kind of on the docks over here. I don't know where everyone is, but I'm just gonna put them in places. So we have. Can I get a Caimen instead of a? You look like Eglor.
I do.
So we'll just leave you looking like Eglor then.
Yes,
It's just gonna be. That's just gonna be how it is. So I don't know how close everyone is as you stand on the pier. We have quite a few horses as well. Just kind of dropping people in spots. You can move a little closer, a little farther away. In my mind, Rhea was kind of close. So, yeah, as everyone goes, Lucy, what are you going to do at this point?
I rolled initiative like
Holy crap. Mr. 21.2. I didn't know we had the decimal system for initiative.
it's tiebreaker. I have a 20 index.
Okay. Well, then we go descending, and there's 2 cliques. We'll get rid of one of them. Away. Okay, so Cleek, you go first, actually.
Okay,
what is Cleek
so
going to do as he sees
these two are
this
fighting over the
struggle?
box.
Yep.
It looks like they're wrestling over the box a little bit.
Okay. I would like to shoot at the box and use one of my maneuvers.
Okay, so at this point, the wooden chest is inside of the translucent chest. I just want you to know that. You can't actually see the wooden chest anymore, because it is inside of one that is... Yeah.
I'm unable to get the box away then.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Formless, immune to all damage, and cannot interact with other creatures or objects.
He does not know these things. He is a burb, and he is not magic, and
If
he
I
cannot
can't
read
even
the scroll.
see a box, I
You can
wouldn't-
see a translucent, nearly transparent. You can see that there's a small, like, air elemental holding a box, but the elemental and the box are both mostly see-through. So it's kind of like you see this cloudy shape that they put a wooden chest into, and the wooden chest kind of seemingly disappeared into it. But because you can see the outline of the shape, you can see that it's going into something. It's like when you look at an object that has like cloaking technology or whatever, and you kind of like see that it's there, but it ripples in weird ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's there, and you can see it. But you're like, what? So, but yeah, what do you want to do? You want to shoot at it?
The idea was to use my disarming attack maneuver to try to knock it away from them both and break it up.
Hey, you can certainly try. I don't want to tell you what you can do.
I will certainly try. Should I roll an attack? I don't know.
Fire away. Yeah. With an 18, you will hit the courier's box. However, as it is immune to all damage and cannot interact with other objects, the arrow seems to fly through it. And I'm actually going to have Rhea roll a dex save real quick.
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ! You shot Rhea!
She is able to get out of the way just in time, and kind of stares at you and is like, what was that for?
Stop fighting!
Reaction to cry.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Cleek cries out, but no one came. Is anything else? You gonna do anything else, Cleek?
I can't really. No. That's it. That's it.
That's it. Okay, Lucy, over to you then. Cleek just fired an arrow, missed both of you. Rhea went dodging out of the way and yelling at you, fighting. Oh, I'm gonna make a little shape for the elemental too.
We're gonna put our other arm inside the chest and then kick Caimen away. Try to.
All right, roll a shove attack, which I believe is the same thing, right? Like it's like a grapple strike.
It's... Yeah, I think it's athletics contested by athletics or acrobatics, but the difference is that you're choosing to try and push them 5 feet or push them prone rather than grab them.
All right, so Caimen, go ahead and contest that.
Clicked on it. Is it not rolling?
Not yet. Oh, there it is. Lucy is able to bodily shove you out of the way.
Okay.
And with that, Lucy, with your
Or
arm
pathetic.
in, yeah, whichever direction.
Yeah, just back.
I'll move you.
But
Yep, I don't know which way.
yeah, just
This
like
way, this way,
just left.
over here.
Left? Oh, just left. Okay, pushed to the left.
Oh, then I'm.
Well, just
just
left is
gonna-
different than left and up. So,
We're just
so
gonna
yeah, that
yell
was
out,
your
like,
action.
This is supposed to go to my family. I went here for my parents. You're gonna give them a gift.
Okay, Lucy. How honest are you being right now? Like, is this what you're sending this message for?
We actually do want to hear from our family again.
Okay.
For multiple reasons, and then also do want to give them the gift, because that's why we did put the perfume in there.
Then roll persuasion. No one is bound to this roll. It's a DC thing. You can choose
going
that
on?
your DC is 30 at this time.
I completely missed everything.
Oh, so she was saying that she's like, send it to my family. It's for my family. I haven't talked to them in a while. I wanted to send them gifts.
Nope.
And she was very persuasive as she said it. Again, you set your own DC for a persuasion roll.
You
She
used her
was
action to
very
shove me.
persuasive.
I am not persuaded.
Hostile.
Your family is in so much danger if we send this letter to them. Izathar can actually help us. Alright. That's what I say.
All right. Well, Lucy, that was your action. You still have movement and bonus action and reaction.
She shoved me. That was her action.
That's what I mean.
Uh-huh. Bonus action, reaction, and
What
movement.
is this? Action Manifest Echo.
What, bonus action manifest echo?
Yeah.
All right. Well then, let me manifest an echo for you.
Between us.
I have that somewhere. No, I don't. Well,
Actually, wait. I think. How far is. Oh, yeah, no, I could do it behind you. Yeah, we would do it behind them. I think I sent the token before.
yeah, I have it. It's gonna be all big for a sec as I pull it in for the first time. There we go.
Are you able to create like another like sheet thing to add it? Or I can like just like control it?
I can try that. I just haven't done it yet. Let me go ahead and controlled by you. So you can now move it too. I'll figure out how to get that saved and accessible to you later. But yes, it appears a shadowy clone, alike in proportions and shape to Lucy, appears behind you. Aglor came in. Its eyes glow a dull red. That's action, bonus action. You still have movement. Anything else this turn, Lucy?
Well, if we could just move with the chest, then we would move with the chest.
So you can't move the chest, unfortunately. It is sitting where it is. You cannot interact with it.
Then we stay right there.
Okay. Are you going to try and interpose yourself between the chest and Caimen? Because you shoved them away, but they're still okay. So
yeah, that's
go ahead.
basically where we are now.
Yep. Fill that space, and Leon, over to you. Huzzah!
Is it over to Leon? I
Oh,
don't see him
sorry.
in the
Sorry,
order.
that's Iglor.
Yeah, Igor. You know
You have
what?
2 prongs.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say get it, then cast Dispel Magic on Galder Speedy Courier.
Oh my. Okay. It's a level 4, and your dispel is level 3, so you got to make the DC.
What am I rolling for this?
You roll, isn't it just
10
a...
plus spells level.
Yeah.
Ability check using my spellcasting ability. So it's plus 8.
I'm guessing you're going to get it. It's only a DC 14, and you have like a +5. So, oh my goodness, that was really close. But yes, in fact, Galder's Speedy Courier suddenly disappears, and the chest falls to the ground. The spell scroll is gone.
Take our
I'm
chest.
gonna run real quick.
When you say run real quick, do you mean in real life you're going to be away from the keyboard for a moment, or do you mean you're going to run and try and grab the chest real quick? Sounds like the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, I would say we're still in action, so I'll just wait a moment until the mighty cabbage returns. Oh yeah, I'm seeing Leon in the turn order at 14. I don't know why Eve Razan is in the turn order. Oh, the reason he's in the turn order... Leon, you didn't roll, did you? This is a leftover. Like, I'm looking at my DM screen compared to the like the player screen that I'm recording through, and yeah. Leon abstained. Is that correct? Not yet. Hey, Leon, are you here?
I've been muted this whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, if people aren't reacting to you, that's the first thing to check. Yeah, so you currently don't have a turn in initiative order. Is that on purpose?
Yes, I am watching this.
No worries. I was just curious. I thought you had said that. I just wanted to confirm. So, Lucy, what are you going to try to do? I know it's still turn order and stuff. And Caimen just did his action, but now that it's gone and perhaps things are calmed down, what would you attempt to do? Just go for the chest?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll see what happens then when the cabbage returns. Who else is going to do stuff? Right now, the horses are still being saddled up. Anyone named their horses yet?
Do we all have a horse, like each?
No, there are 6, or there's 6 horses. One of them a shire horse.
Cleek doesn't have a horse.
Cleek does not have a horse because Cleek can fly. And Yoga had a phantom. Yoga's not here. So we have horses for everyone, and Yoga, welcome back, as was foretold. Excellent. So at this time, Caimen, it's still your turn. You've done the action. You've done Dispel Magic. The Galder Speedy Courier has disappeared. The chest has fallen to the ground, and Lucy is lunging for the chest. What are you going to do? It's still your turn. It's still initiative order. So unless you kind of just are done, that's what'll happen.
You want to damn your family, that's your business. But leave me out of it. I'll walk away.
Okay. So, Lucy, you go to the chest, and...
We're gonna... Our Echo's gonna attempt to just keep him there.
Oh, okay. So the Echo is going to try and grapple you, Caimen, as you try to step away. So roll another grapple check.
Can it do that?
Let me see real quick.
I think.
Holy
I believe it can.
Oh,
Attack of opportunity. You can use a grapple action as a replacement of an attack. Technically, yes, but no. Not with those rolls.
Yes, when a creature that you can see within 5 feet of your Echo moves at least 5 feet away from it, you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack against that creature as if you were in the Echo space. Manifest Echo, 3rd point.
25.
So yes. So, Caimen, you are able to easily just through the grasp of the shadowy Lucy.
We still have our boat, right? Or
Yeah,
do
the
we-
boat's still right there. It has not been packaged up for.
Yeah, we're gonna take the chest and then have the echo with us, and then storm onto ship and go into room.
Okay.
Upset.
We're leaving.
Oh, Lucy, what's wrong? What's wrong, girl? What happened?
Yeah, we gotta get him out of there too.
Oh,
We're gonna
no. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside.
we're gonna start gathering like all of our things from the room if we haven't already, as well as stuff for Reginald, and then
Gotcha. All right, cool.
can we put the chest in the bag of holding? Is that a thing? Is it
Yeah.
a small chest?
Yeah, it'll fit. It's small enough. It's 2 by 2 by 2. It's very small.
The only thing you don't want to put in a bag of holding is another bag of holding. Or a portable hold.
Or any other extra dimensional space object.
Anything physical, just slap it in there.
Alright, I'm just making a note of that, and then yeah, we're just gonna get our bat and bat out of there. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. And with everyone, all living things off the Coventress, Cleek, you have a mason jar.
I do, and I will use it.
So as Cleek kind of steps forward and wades into the water just before the vessel, the morning sun a little bit above the treetops and starting to warm your backs, and you can see some of the steam rising from the swamp around you as daylight starts to kind of crack through the overcast clouds. And as you kind of dip down to your knees there, Cleek, and put the mason jar into the water, and you say the magic word, which is...
I don't... it was one of the really stereotypical ones.
So help me if you did not write this down, it will not work.
No!
Are you telling me you didn't write down the magic? We have a useless mason jar.
We-
I thought it was like
Wait,
a placeholder.
No, it was not. I told you what the magic word was. Shalazar said...
It was
And it
literally something along the lines of like Alakazam or something like that.
And with that, the vessel turns tiny and slides into the mason jar. And you see, wow, the Coventress is actually really, really small compared to that battleship that the thing crapped out before. It's a bit larger than the rowboat, which, I mean, that was like, you don't have nails on your hands, but a pinky nail. But this, and there's still quite a bit of room in the mason jar. But you see that the Coventress seems to be sitting quite comfortably in there. As you glance around, you see that there's a fisherman in one of the boats, kind of sitting in the lake, and his jaw is completely dropped, and he has dropped his fishing rod into the water and is just staring at the group of you with your horses and bags, and apparently he had been watching you wrestle on the docks before, but was not prepared to see a boat just...
Not my problem. Do I have a horse?
There are 6 horses.
I'm climbing onto a horse and realizing something important. I don't ride horses.
So Caimen, roll animal handling.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to mount this horse. Oh, that's bad. That's super bad. I don't know if you can see it, but I rolled a 3.
So as you attempt to get on the horse, it kind of shies away from you, and you kind of step up and try again, and you get one foot in the stirrup, and it kind of kicks a little bit, and you end up falling flat on your ass. And
Can I attempt to help calm the horse with animal handling?
Nope.
he doesn't seem to want your help at this time.
I see that.
Nope. Forget it. Forget it. I'm walking. Men
we,
are
like-
not meant to ride horses.
Can we, like,
Brightleaf,
shove
already
them?
riding her horse quite adeptly at this point, kind of like pulls up aside and leans over and whispers to the horse real quick, and it kind of lifts up its head and like looks at her, and she kind of is like, and the horse kind of, and it kind of like looks over to you, Caimen,
Nope.
and dips
Nope.
its head a little bit,
Nope.
like as if in a nod of respect.
Nope. Nope. I don't trust you.
Brightleaf kind of leans down and says, "Come on, Captain. He likes you now. You should at least try."
I'm gonna try to climb back on.
Roll animal handling with advantage.
Can we, like, try to push him off?
14.
So with you trying to push him off, I will say that is the opposite of a help, and you would have the disadvantage to balance it out. That means a 14, because it was a straight roll. And with that, Caimen, even with someone attempting to shove you off, the horse accommodates for that and kind of like moves to like hold you back up and helps you climb aboard, and you feel pretty comfortable actually up here now,
No, I don't. I don't like this.
relatively speaking.
Not meant to ride horses. What is this? This is like witchcraft.
Don't you ride boats all the time?
That's different. They're not alive.
We're gonna go over to Cleek and just, like, look at Cleek and be like, are you gonna fly?
Yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah, we're just gonna go up in the air and be like, come on.
Suddenly, Lucy is flying.
We just have an extra horse now.
I haven't hopped on mine yet. Hang on.
Cleek, you don't know why Lucy can suddenly fly, and Lucy, as you get a little bit farther into the air, your shadowy clone just kind of, because it's gotten too far away from you. But yeah, you're able to fly, and you know what? What's more, you are able to fly fast.
Magic, Cleek. Magic.
Brightleaf atop the horse kind of watches and is like looking up in the sky as Lucy flies around.
We're just gonna, like, give out, like, him. Was maniac? I did that weird laugh, and then just look down at everybody with red eyes and just fly around.
Look, the worst part of this is that with, like, it being a hat, all I imagine when someone's flying with the hat is just like when you go into no clip in Gmod and just start floating around without moving. You're just like existing. So that's all I'm imagining right now, and it's the weirdest thing.
Every fiber of my being right now wants to throw a lightning bolt right into the sky.
Brightleaf goes, and the horse that was Lucy's immediately like runs over to her and like sidles up beside her horse, and she kind of just, you can hear Brightleaf mutter under her breath, "That's not inconspicuous."
What is it?
She just kind of like casts one like little eyebrow, like just kind of nods one eyebrow up at.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Rhea is standing on the pier, looking up like, are you gonna come down?
Can you carry somebody while flying with this helmet tiara thingy?
If their total weight is less than your carrying capacity, then you can carry them. Yeah.
Rhea weigh?
Let's find out. Let me look at her card real quick.
Impossible amounts.
How much can you carry? How much more capacity?
Normal carrying capacity is 210.
210. And how much are you carrying already?
76.5. 20.
Oh, yeah. Then you can carry the 100 pounds of halfling in gear. So yeah, you can have Rhea ride on your back while you fly. She'll have to do some sort of check to hold on to you if you're doing any sort of maneuver. She otherwise lashes herself to you. But you know that's you might have to talk to her for a moment to get her to want to do that because she doesn't want to fly.
She doesn't have a choice unless she rolls good.
Okay, well that's one of her things. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of turn order because no one's fighting anymore. Go ahead and roll grapple and see if the nimble halfling can escape you as you try and grab her and carry her into the sky. Oh wow! Tonight, you, dang. Okay. So yeah, you are you grab Rhea and you lift off. After a moment of struggling, I'm actually going to have her try and get away for another moment. Please roll another opposed check. You're now 60 feet off the ground as she's still struggling.
Hey, you what?
This is not going to end well.
Lucy, you gotta roll a check to hold on to her still. She's trying to get away. She's freaking out. She does not want to be held in the sky. She does not like flying. She made that clear when offered the helmet. Have we lost Riley?
Possibly.
Oh, power went out is what I'm hearing.
Oh.
Haha, ooh. Bad timing is what I'm also hearing. So I think something hit the transformer. Oh, wow. It comes off and on and
I'm not seeing any of this. Where is this being posted?
Probably DMs.
DMs. Yeah.
Oh,
That is wild. Magic mason jar. Notes. Alakazam. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm guessing the Riley that's in here will probably drop any moment. So, I guess in this moment, bad timing. I'm gonna say that for what it's worth, Rhea, stop struggling because I don't. I'm
I
gonna
don't
roll
want to have
for
to
her.
catch Rhea.
You don't want to catch 100 pounds of halfling going ah.
my gust of wind might be able to slow her down a little bit if she falls.
I mean, it's also whether or not you're over water at the time.
I mean, I could technically carry her as well without encumbering myself.
Yeah, but she doesn't like.
I know, it's just a matter of stopping.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna leave it in the lurch for the moment because right now we are Lucy-less. Law Lucy-less. Lucy, you know what I mean. So the party then at this time, y'all are ready to head out. Head out on the trail and get going. I guess I don't know. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. Our inconspicuousness.
Is questionable with two people flying through the air and one person being held by someone.
Excellent. As you head to the edge of town, are you going to head up the way to Fore Falls?
Not having a map in front of me, I'm not sure what that is. Ah, how convenient. Yes.
Fore Falls.
Fore Falls being the name of the gnomish settlement at the top of this more white watery, rapidsy, not quite a river, more of like a stream river. This isn't one that trade comes down. This is an outlet from melt from the mountains. So this is the only upriver that you get if you are headed upriver from Meadowdale. That's why the boat doesn't come this way no more. So as you set out from the edge of town and leave the kind of dank, slightly stale and moldering Meadowdale behind you, you don't see anyone on the trail, and you are headed west into the foothills and eventually the mountains. At this point, you don't really have a map of the way. You just are headed west along the trail that is marked that says Fore Falls. Huh?
We're heading north.
Well, you are headed north, but there's just like swamp that way, so you have to go along one of the trails to get in that direction. Unless you want to go an eastern route, which you could do. Don't have a map for it. We'll figure it out.
Nope, we'll go with the map.
As you will. So, at this point, yeah, y'all just heading along. Go ahead and make a survival check. Whoever's leading this column of folks. If no one volunteers... Okay, cool. So, Cleek, with a 17, what are you doing? What is everyone doing in this column? What's marching order? How we doing?
I guess
I assume
Braun would be in the middle.
Braun would be in the middle?
Oh, really? I don't think so. Braun, the middle of mine.
We can both be in the middle. There's like
You have
7 of us.
There are 7 of you.
Slightly in front of me now. If anything attacks, I want you to be the one that does that.
You cut out a lot. What?
Yeah, you did cut.
Yeah. And if anything attacks, I want you to be in front of me because you can take a hit better.
That's true. You can take a hit better. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Brightleaf kind of pulls up and says, "Where do you want me, Captain?"
And he's gone.
And I believe he may have cut out, yeah. Ooh, bad reception tonight.
Pity not the mutant.
Bad night for the internet in general, I suppose.
Up front.
I think that was
Can you
up
hear me?
front.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want Brightleaf up front?
Yeah, keep an eye on the trail.
I will also be up front and up above, probably scouting ahead, especially in the steep area we're in, it seems.
She hands you the lead to the pack horse that Lucy and that Rhea have now sort of abandoned, and she says, "I can tie them to your horse if you'd like. They'll listen to him."
I would prefer you didn't, but okay.
She ties off the 2 extra horses to yours. You are now the baggage horse, Caimen. So, just to chart who has horses, you have Leon on a horse, you have Braun on a Shire horse, you have Brightleaf on a horse, you have Caimen on a horse with 2 horses tied to his horse, and then you have Cleek in the air, and you have Rhea on Lucy also in the air. I don't know where Leon is in the convoy.
Back.
All right, so Leon's in the back, Braun is in the front, and Caimen is in the middle with 2 horses with his horse. Brightleaf is kind of riding ahead a little bit, being the front outrider, while Lucy, Cleek, and Rhea circle above, also scouting the area.
My God, why is Rhea up there?
Because she was grabbed and couldn't escape in time.
She's just being carried the entire way.
She is under the effects of the fear spell while she is up high. So she is just not fighting it anymore.
She's
If
not
you have
having
a
a good
fear
day.
condition and you're afraid of the ground, are you unable to fall because you cannot move closer to the source of your fear?
Ah, gravity overcomes mechanics like fear. Unfortunately for anyone falling. But yeah, it's more one of those things that she's just not trying to fight it anymore. But yeah, so as you travel along, you come to this first sort of waterfall kind of cascading down. Cleek and Lucy, who's not here, and Rhea, who is an NPC, you'll all see it. And in fact, so will the rest of the party, kind of as they come around a low ridge, and then they'll see this waterfall cascading down. And Cleek, from your vantage point, you'll also be able to see the top of the waterfall and where the river kind of meets and just teeters over the edge. And you can see that there is a switchback trail, that leads up to the waterfall on one side of it. And as you go ahead and roll a perception check.
Beep. Bang.
That's fine. With a 10, it seems like this trail isn't too well worn, but it's old. You can kind of tell that. And you can tell kind of that there are a number of places where there are kind of like a good hidden, sort of alcoves and such for having like a campsite or what have you. There's a number of them along the trail, so you feel pretty confident that there's probably a good place to camp. Maybe even every night of this likely multi-day trek into the mountains.
Noted.
As the party approaches the foot of the cliffs and the start of the switchback stair, Brightleaf has kind of parked her horse at the foot and is waiting for the rest of the convoy to arrive. It's kind of steep going up. We should be careful.
It'll be okay. I'm sure these horses are trained for this sort of movement, right? Nervously looking over at Cleek.
You mean up?
Yeah.
Cleek is up above and doesn't train the horses.
He's circling. I mean, he could do something with the horses, but that something includes a fresh suit of armor for someone who likes light. It does not include training them, most likely.
Brightleaf looks up the cliff at the path and goes, "From what I've seen, it should be enough for a horse to ride. But it's still narrow and steep. I'll lead. If I see anything, I'll let you know." And she kind of... and her horse kind of starts heading up the pathway. So yeah. So Cleek, because Riley's gone inexplicably, and I think it's a power thing, and we're getting close to the end of session time, I might actually stop it a little soon.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually getting kind of tired and was considering asking if we could end a little early today myself.
No, I totally understand. Here's the fun part, and I'll just say it on camera for everyone.
Ooh.
My games. My game. It has political stuff. It has whatever, and there's always going to be people to talk to and things to argue about and revelations to uncover. But you're headed into a part that's a bit more exploration and adventure-y and possibly combat heavy. And there is definitely a at least one dungeon in here to delve through. I don't know how much you want to do. I don't know how long you're going to be here. I know that pretty much everyone's goals kind of have them eventually probably get into the other side of the mountains and doing stuff. So I don't know how much you want to linger here. And you can always come back and remember that the more powerful you get, you'll have new abilities that allow you to travel faster and more easily and all that stuff too. So I'm just going to say, don't feel like you need to look at everything. Don't feel like you need to take any one particular path. And just have fun traveling through the mountains, because this was fun of an area. Also, let's just do a frequently asked questions right now. Do you have any questions for me from a game running or GM or lore perspective or anything? Because we're going to call it here with the party heading up the mountain.
Her dungeon I'm in.
Cool.
Same here. And I gotta say, we got this many waterfalls. I would bet anything there's a treasure chest behind one of them. Just saying.
I don't want to know what's guarding it, but I got a feeling it's this guy right here.
Yeah, that one is a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, it does have an almost like a shape of an opening right here, doesn't it?
It's crazy that there looks to be 6 waterfalls and it's called Fore Falls.
Yeah, right?
It's confusing.
Falls!
I was thinking about that too. I was like, yeah, it's Fore Falls.
I forgot it was called Fore Falls.
Mm.
Anyone want to roll a history check?
Yes.
Most likely Caimen though, actually, but anyone else can roll too. Anyone can roll, but Caimen will give advantage on.
Oh, can only one person of the party roll, or can we all roll?
Hey,
You can all roll, but he gets advantage. Caimen,
Nope.
Your small amount of familiarity with gnomish history, you would know that there's actually a furious debate about whether or not this area of land is called Fore Falls or Five Falls. There is actually a small but devoted school of scholarly study about the origins of the or Fifth Fall and what that means for the region in a number of different matters. Some people argue that the number of falls has some sort of powerful metaphysical property that can affect nearby weather patterns and growth cycles of trees. There's a number of different widespread and even shamanistic and druidic beliefs tied to the number of falls in this region. So whether or not it's true, that's a whole thing. But it is definitely something that the gnomes of Aelin Miley, and you're not even sure where you picked up this knowledge, probably in some bar and some port tavern one night, just hearing some other drunken sailor talk about it, but reasonably sure that it's true because the sailor was gnomish and he said he was from there and he was absolutely sure that it was called Five Falls and that there were only 5 falls and he would fight you for it.
And yet there's 6. Oh, I'm gonna have his head when I see him.
Robot Caimen, the bounty hunter, hunting the gnome. Noted.
Again.
Caimen's like, I am the dog, the big bad dog. It's like, I got that airsoft gun, I'm coming for you.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna get that guy. Because there are 6 falls here, and he said it was 5 falls. He lied.
I mean, you've only seen the first falls of the 4 falls, 5 falls. The English language is fun because of how stupid it is. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet. Puns are fun, and playing with words and motifs.
Wait, what?
Huh?
We pulled a pun into it now? Where's the pun? I feel oblivious and stupid.
I'm sorry? You didn't see it? Well, I don't need to explain it then. Just keep looking, Cleek.
I don't even know I missed.
Where's the... Where I don't find a pun, I find alliteration.
I mean... You were talking about layers earlier.
Of the 4 falls, 5 falls.
There's something there. Yeah. Any questions though? Y'all had a lore thing. You talked about vampire lords and trees and Izathar and vampires and all sorts of stuff.
That I did.
This game is like walking into a swamp with cinder blocks tied to my feet. Every step I take, I get a little deeper, and I think, okay, maybe that's the bottom, and then I take another step, and it goes deeper!
Yeah, but wait till you.
I'm up to my neck.
Let me rattle your brain a little more. If Ramsey is a vampire lord, and the Emperor doesn't give a shit what happens to answer him, who's really in charge of the Empire right now?
Yeah, if the Empire doesn't care about Ramsey being
I
a
was right. I'm
vampire
calling it
lord.
now. Ramsey killed Bradley for something.
Oh, I'm guessing that's the case. Or the Emperor is also a vampire. We don't fucking know yet.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's been on my mind. I've been sitting there going, because someone was like, "What does the Emperor have to do with this?" I'm like, "Is the Emperor a vampire?"
Oh my goodness.
Oh god, my tiny DM brain.
Oh my goodness, you
How
guys.
old? I don't know how old the Emperor is. The Empire was founded 50-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The vampires.
I've never seen the Emperor.
That's true. You have not seen the Emperor.
Who has is the question.
You know, that's a really good question. I have answers for you, but
I bet Ramsey's seen him.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, I bet Ramsey's seen the Emperor.
Bryn.
What did I do?
Bryn, I have to ask. Professionally, as a DM.
Nope.
How in Christ do you set this kind of stuff up? How do you set up this many layers?
I can actually answer that.
I swear to Christ.
I can answer that. So you know the chart that Leon made?
Yeah?
No.
I made one too, but I made mine last year. So I'm gonna actually pull it up right now physically because I drew it on paper. More than that.
All the information I dropped on you guys, I've been discussing with Bryn as like wait a fucking second. There's something that I'm starting to notice here.
Yeah.
I need to, on one hand,
slowly it adds up.
I'm considering needing to step up my own game and start tying some things in and building things like this. On the other hand, I'm wondering if my players would even notice it.
Yeah,
I noticed.
I got
None
a whole
of you
web
noticed,
thing.
but I noticed.
There's so
Yeah,
many
I know. And I'm
zeros.
starting to think Cabbage might just be, like, actually intelligent.
Here's another thing that you might into. Rhea has eyes that can see magical things. Caimen has eyes that can see different things. The Inquisitor's missing an eye. The ring is defaced on the eye. The Blackwind has eyes that can see through lies. Is there anybody drawing a pattern here?
What did you do? It's like disassembling a book!
Yeah.
There's layer after layer of linked motifs and symbols!
Yep.
Everything is a symbol for everything! I said it's all tied in! I need a corkboard.
Yep. That's why I post that picture all the time, you guys. It's because it's actually how this thing works. Yeah, I'm looking at. I have like my web actually has flows of time through it.
Oh my god! You have the 4-dimensional web.
I have a 4-dimensional plot web of different things that are tied together. Yeah.
It's going to be good when we start finally unraveling this web and getting to what's really going on.
Well, it goes back thousands of years, and that was explicitly stated tonight, so you don't really know what you want.
Oh no, we want to find out what's going on in the moment. Caimen doesn't care about the past, he cares about the now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just think, the fact that the ring is part of a set, I helped create that.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
My one little contribution to the world was like, what if there was like a set of artifacts that was used to bring about the eternal night?
And it did once.
And then I was like, well, there's this, there's the Nightfall Pearl, and then there's some other stuff. There's a whole ritual devoted to it, and a certain noble Dampier may or may not have founded Windermere on top of the site where the ritual is performed.
May or may not have.
and may or may
He
not be
may
out
or may
looking.
not
May or
be
may
the
not
only
also.
noble.
He may or
Sorry.
may not also be out looking for all of these objects.
He also may or may not be the only one familiar with the ideas of them.
Oh
Well,
no,
how
he's
many-
definitely not the only one.
How many artifacts is it? Does anyone know other than me?
5.
That's correct. 5.
That sounds right.
5 artifacts.
5
Does any-
artifacts.
Does anyone know what they all are?
Yes.
I know
It's all
there's the
ignored.
pearl and the ring, or they might be the same thing. And then there's like a
That's
rod
not very
and
decisive.
a crown
Pearl is a
and a
very
chalice.
The pearl itself is a completely different thing and
Okay,
does a
and then it's like
totally
the rod, crown, and chalice, right?
There is the rod, the ring, the sword,
Sword.
and the chalice. And the crown.
different.
What about the pearl?
The pearl itself is actually the pearl and the crown belong together.
Yeah.
Ah.
5 artifacts. One of them, at least one of them, is split into 2. Who knows how many other pieces of the artifacts are just out there? And Caimen is casually walking around with one of them, going, "Oh god, oh shit, oh fuck, we are so screwed. We're being chased by vampires."
Do you? Oh, is there exact stuff set in place for precisely what these all do, or is there just the ideas of what they are?
The Nightfall Pearl itself creates an enormous area of night
Yes.
when it's
Mhm,
out in
I
the
know
open.
that.
Like, it's just pure night. The ring does awful things, and I'm not going to tell you what it does. The sword? I don't know. I only helped Bryn come up with some
And
of
then
the
there's the
items.
crown and the chalice. Is there anything specified for the crown and chalice?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be messaging you, Bryn.
Specific uses for other than 2 of the items. There's no, actually 1.5 of the items, because we don't know what the pearl does when it's affixed to the ground. Nobody knows yet, and I don't think Bryn should reveal it. These items, I've noticed, have become synonymous with this campaign.
Yes, and there is a reason for that, and it's come on, guys, it's fun. I mean, if
Vampires!
well, yeah, vampires, but there's vampires in a lot of
Right,
same
but
time.
we're facing down like a big bad vampire. This is
Well,
like
yeah.
Strahd on steroids levels of vampire. Yeah.
I
I
mean-
hope not.
I mean,
He walked into the boat without being invited. On moving water.
Oh well, it's not technically on.
no!
wait a minute, that's true. He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And to do that, your level of
What does this portend?
your level of vampire has to be either really big, or he's the servant of the real vampire lord. Either way, we're in trouble.
Does anyone? Okay. Everyone roll religion.
But we all know that
Oh god, I have to come back.
I know Leon left, so I'm just
I
gonna say that he doesn't know. I know Lucy's not here, so I'm gonna say that she doesn't know.
can I even get on to roll 20?
I don't know.
That's oh no, it's not.
You
18.
can guidance this, and in fact, Braun, I'm gonna give you advantage because it's a religion thing.
Oh, so that's a nat 20. All right.
Wow. Okay.
Hang on. I'm gonna click on.
I don't see the nat
Religion.
20. Nothing's come
Look
through
at-
for me yet.
Look at the game log on D&D Beyond.
Oh, game log D&D Beyond. Okay. Yeah. D&D
I can.
Beyond.
I'll send a screenshot.
Well, mine
actually,
didn't
that'll
go
probably
through.
be easier.
I can see yours.
I believe you. I see the 12 that came and rolled, and
Oh, I did roll a 12. That's a
Yeah.
failure, I'm guessing.
it is.
Hold on. Have I used the talisman today?
I believe you used it
I did for the perception check.
once. Do I have to tell you if it's even possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You do not
Okay.
have to tell me if it's possible,
Okay. All
but a
right.
16.
So, I would say you rolled a natural 20, Braun.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your modifiers on that?
+4. So that's 24.
Okay. Did you roll guidance as well?
He did not.
Go ahead.
If you say I can, then I will.
You want to take?
Yeah.
You want to take my D4 and just use it?
Just take it.
Is it
I'll
is it
just-
slash
I'll
or
just-
is it exclamation?
I'll just give you.
Slash
I'll just give you my
space
talisman.
1d4.
You can just use
Wow.
my 1d4.
Yeah, just take the 4. So with a 28, you know, you have heard whispered in your order of Sanguinarius, known as the true vampire, the queen of true vampires. It's a rare name, a dark name, an old name, ancient, beyond any sort of actual imagining. The name, even when spoken, kind of carries with it the scent of blood and death and decay, the scent of the grave, cold, a tomb that has been closed for 10,000 years or more. But you recall some things about Sanguinarius with that 28. You know that rarely she would bestow the blessing of vampirism on those who pleased her. And that to be given vampirism from the Queen of Vampires herself was a gift beyond anything granted from, by comparison, a rather inane demon lore. The vampirism gleaned from her gifts is so much deeper and greater and more powerful of a bloodline. And it is said in these sort of mysteries that you've unlocked and heard from your time in your that there have been several calamities in history when a vampire who was given her gift began to run amok among the mortal world. That's all. That's 28.
God.
And that's where we can where we can call it tonight if you guys
Her
like.
form of vampirism. Yeah.
Special
Her form of vampirism is a whole lot more potent than normal vampirism.
And with that,
weird.
I'm going to
We're in
call it
trouble.
for tonight. I'm going to hit the end recording button. And later, everyone.